Okay, so there's my birds. I think y'all was talking about chickens, but this isn't going to work. Never has worked. Um, this is just a temporary. They grew faster than I could get them out of the brooder, so they're just in here. But we was talking about water, and I don't know if you can see. See that water coming out? It's just a little fountain pump thrown in a bucket of water. It goes up into this pipe. And like I said, this is just, these aren't even glued. That's how far along I've gotten on this project. Just wanted to see if it would work with these quail. So basically the water goes up into this tube, comes across to these T's. I got too many straps there for you to see here, so. And the T's go out into, and see that foot in it? That's what I got to change. Concept good. See the water level in it? I'm hoping somebody gets a drink. No, of course, they never want, just like kids, they never want to do anything when they're being watched. But I done 3. 1, 2, 3. You can see the water level in there. Over here is the same thing. 1, 2. I went too far. 1, 2, 3. What I'm going to do is I'm going to change. You can change the level in it. I can make that water rise right up to any height that I want by turning. This camera's not that great. I've got one broken lens. By turning this thing up at an angle, turn it up at an angle, it's draining again, and see how that water is right up to the tippity top now. I was worried they might step on it, and I don't have enough zip ties on it that they could drain it, so I got it lowered a little bit. They can easily get to it. But what my plan is going to be now is to take all these T's that are outside the cage, and I'm just going to turn them straight up. I'm just going to turn the T's straight up. This section that's cut out right here that I got zip ties all over, I'm just going to build another little, just a cover on it at an angle so that they have to reach out of the wire to get a drink. And I'm going to put a cover on it, much like I've changed this feeder. They waste so much food. Look at that. There's more food under there than there is waste. So I started a new feeder. Drilled holes in it. Put a backboard in it. To where the food comes out the bottom. Zero waste on this. I had that thing in a pen with 35 to 45 quail. Zero waste. They have to reach in to get it, and when they do, when they reach in there, their bodies block the hole, so when they're scratching, they can't. They can't, their bodies block the hole. Well, guess what? See that trash can? That is going to be a feeder for the chickens. I'm not going to go buy one. I'm just going to make this. And this was a prototype. I just used foam and a paper towel actually to block that one. But I've got some others that I worked on last night that I changed it up. And but basically, this theory with the water, if they have to reach out to get to it, and they can't get out, if you're using with chickens, If you're using 2x4 wire, you just run it on the outside. They have plenty of room to get through, the Quail. And this system, by nature, you could run 100 feet. In the greenhouse I've got, you can run hundreds of feet. As long as that line is level, and it will fill to whatever you tell it to. So in theory, there it is. That's a $15. That's a fountain pump I got at Walmart, at Lowe's, for 15 bucks. I've got bigger pumps laying around here, but they overflowed it. The object isn't to get the water moving fast. It's just to get the water moving so that it stays full. As long as there's anything draining, if birds drink, if you have 100 feet of it and all the birds drink the water out of it, in an hour it would fill the line back up again and be draining again. I could change the flow on that by changing how the height. This, like I said, this is a cheap pump. I can, by changing it just inches, you can change the flow a lot. I'm just going to pick it up in the bucket. 6 inches difference. Huge difference in the flow. Well, there it is so far. Catch me back on Monday. I'll have more.